Hello everyone, it's Autumn Moon 93 and this is my second video. And in this video I'm going to answer 2021's question tag that everybody was doing months and months and months ago and I never got the opportunity to do. If you saw something move right there, that was my puppy. She wants to be in the video and I won't let her be. Her name is Aurora. Okay. If she comes back up again, you know who it is. Um, The first question in the 21 questions tag that everybody was doing is what type of witchcraft do you practice? And I know I've answered it before, but to be more specific, I'm a fairy witch, but I work extensively with the fair folk of Irish mythology. Um, Also some of the Scottish, because they kind of mix together, but mostly the Irish. I've worked with others with Greek um, and with native to America little people, but mostly I stick with the Irish because they're the ones that I feel most comfortable with. Um, yeah. All right. So the second question is, what is my favorite witchy thing to do? And I would have to say my dream work. I keep a dream journal and I record at least 2 or 3 dreams a night. And research says that you dream about 5 times a night, so I remember about half of them on average. Um, I also lucid dream, which means that I'm aware that I'm dreaming, so I know what's going on, and I have some measure of control. I have some measure of control of what happens, and if I get spooked, if it gets too intense, then I can always wake myself up. And it's a lot of fun to meet magical beings or even aspects of the goddess through my dreams. Alright, favorite type of magic. Um, to be general, it's fairy magic, which is kind of obvious, but to be more specific, uh, with the water element and with water elementals and yeah, with water elementals. Um, the mermaids, the selkies. I love selkies. I love, love, love selkies. The undines, um, the ladies of the lake. Um, I don't bother most of the sea people because they don't really like people, land people very much. So I tend to leave them alone. Um, Let me see what else here. Also, ritual baths and ritual washes with herbs, or mostly with herbs. I use dried herbs. Sometimes essential oils, but mostly herbs. I love lavender water. It smells so good, and it will really freshen up your house. Um, and also water scrying. Favorite herbs are lavender, which is also known as elf leaf, so you can see why I like it. Spearmint, which is associated with my patron deity, and every time that I have neglected him for a little while, I will smell spearmint somewhere. And it is just so random. I could be in an office building, I could be at school, and there's no spearmint anywhere, but I smell spearmint. And that's him saying, hi, we need to talk, we need to be engaged and interact with each other. Hi, I'm still here. um, Next, I put star anise, or my mother would say star anise, um, because it's really, really helpful in working with spirits. Um, it's associated with spirits of the dead, but it does work very nicely with the fair folk because of the star structure. And I use them sometimes as offerings to the fair folk. Yeah. and they're really pretty, and they smell kind of like licorice, which I like. Um, let's see, marigolds or calendula. Just because I'm a summery person, I was born in August, and the marigolds are all blooming, and it smells like really nice. It's spicy. I love flowers that smell spicy. Um, and it's also useful for all kinds of medicinal purposes. Let me see. Heather. Did I say heather? Heather. Particularly white heather, but all different kinds of heather. I love the fresh, clean smell, and it's also very protective of women, particularly if you're getting attention from men that you don't want to get. um, it is, it's very, very nice to work with for protection, to feel secure, and it smells really clean, and it's just really nice. Um, Next, rose geranium or roses, wild roses. Um, I love the smell, and it's all about love, you know. And I love to put just a little bit into just about everything that I do, just to put a little pinch of something of of love into my work. Um, yeah, and I think I said all of them. All right, favorite kind of divination is water scrying. You take a black bowl or a wooden bowl, you turn off the light, and you stare into a bowl of water, and all kinds of images start popping up. Really, it's a lot of fun for me. Um, am I in a coven or am I solitary? I am solitary, but I do participate in some Facebook groups. Um, yeah, and here online with the pagan community. So I feel connected with other people of similar paths, but I am exclusively on my own for right now in the non-internet world. um, Let me see what else. Favorite Sabbats, Esbats, um, yeah. Um, I love full moons. I love the full moon. I feel most creative and most active like 2 or 3 days before the full moon, and then on the full moon I am so high energy. It's like woo, and I really want to channel that energy and do something. Um, so yeah, there's that, and then um, I love Beltane and Letha or Letha, which is coming up really, really soon. And it's mostly because the fair folk are really active on those days, and we have so much fun together. Oh, it's awesome. Alright, I actually don't like the summer at all, but I like those 2 days. I, I, I like Letha so much, even though it is in the summer. Um, my favorite season is autumn, or very early spring, because I like cool weather, but not winter when it's really just too cold for me. Um, let's see what's next. Witchy books, both fictional and for learning purposes, nonfiction. Um, you've probably never heard of these before, but Snow Eyes by, let me make sure I get the name right, Stephanie A. Smith, is about a girl whose mother is dedicated to a lake goddess, and she goes through an initiatory period, and she becomes a priestess of the lake goddess, and I just think it's a beautiful story. Um, Also, Aria of the Sea by Dia Calhoun, which is also about a young woman, a teenage young woman who, sorry about that, who is a dancer but is also somewhat dedicated to the goddess through dance and has a training period and and I just love the idea of the goddess of the dance because of my patron uh, my matron, my mother goddess, is Hathor, and she is related to music and to dancing. Um, uh, witchy books. Oh, non nonfiction. Um, right now, I like Everyday Goddess and The Goddess Companion, which are books um, that are basically goddess devotionals, and you read one off every day, and you do a little exercise to um, to engage with the goddess, and they're just a lot of fun to do. Um, so yeah, I think those two, and I don't know who the authors are right now. I'll I'll try to put it in the description once I can look over and see who the authors are and let you know. Um, let me see. Divinate Covens, Witchy Books, Witchy Show, Merlin, the one with the teenage Merlin. It's just so much fun to watch, and I love that dragon. I love the dragon. He's so much fun. Um, let's see. Witchy movie, The Good Witch, the TV movie, and The Sorcerer's Apprentice was a lot of fun. I love both those movies. Um, I know they're kind of, well, the Sorcerer's Apprentice is kind of silly, but I like silly. So, um, favorite color, dark purple, imperial purple. It's almost a blue purple, very dark, rich purple. It reminds me of deep earth. I know a lot of people associate black with the earth, but for me it's deep purple, like purple potatoes, purple carrots, eggplant, all kinds of vegetables that are purple are rich with copper and um, minerals from the earth. So I think of the earth when I think of this deep purple color, and it's just my favorite. My second favorite would probably be a sea blue, Pacific sea blue, which is kind of a deep sea um, blue-green, and that's just to do with water being one of my favorite elements. And it's very an emotional color, and it's very strong for me. Um, and let's see, evergreen, which always reminds me of the fair folk. Um, what is your totem animal, person, creature? Um, I don't really go for totems, but in my work with the fair folk, I have a lot of contact with little birds, and Keen, the wren bird, the brown wren, um, shows up in my life a lot, and he will show up on my windowsill and stare in at me when I'm inside my house, or he will walk right up to me when I'm outside and start hopping around. He's got this funny little hop. It's really cute. Um, Butterflies, fireflies will land right on me and start, going off and with their lights and flicker their lights at me. It's really nice. Um, besides that, I have what I consider guardians, that I have met through my dreams. Um, there's a very tall, like 10 feet tall, um, male with really golden blonde hair and sea blue green eyes. and he is a gatekeeper, and I always meet him when I'm going to pass through a gate to somewhere, and it's normally a mountain that I have to pass through to get to the other side to whatever I'm going to, and I've actually become, I think, good friends with him, and he's really used to seeing me now. And also, there is a woman with really deep red hair and green eyes, and she she is something of a challenger to me. Anytime that I do dream work that is going to require me to move on to a new level in my life, or learn some new lesson, she will challenge me. She has this little, well, it's not really little, but it's a handheld dagger, and she will come after me, and we will really have it out so that I can get to the other side of wherever I'm trying to get to. Um, I consider her something of a guardian too, like, because she is the one to challenge me to grow and to learn my lessons. Um, and I don't have names for either of them because I don't really feel like it's appropriate to ask them what their names are. So I call him the gatekeeper, and I just call her the red-haired crazy lady. um, yeah. And let's see what else. How many lives have I lived? It depends on if you mean earthly lives or lives altogether. I'm assuming earthly lives, and I can think of 5, but I'm sure that I've had many more. I feel really like I've been here for a long time. And then I also have had periods in different realms too. So I think that I've had quite a few. I remember um, something about being cloistered, so I might have been a nun or something like that, living a solitary life um, in devotion to a deity or to some purpose. I also remember being in a marshy place, and I think that I was a priestess at one point in this marshy area, because I remember really kind of ritualized headdress and robes, and and so I remember those. Um, I'm sure I've been a mother before. I'm sure that I've had experiences where I've had many children. I can't really verify this, but I just feel like that it's true. I don't ever remember being male, but I'm sure that I have been, and that's probably something that I just don't want to consciously remember. Alright. um, let's see. How many times have I lived? My element, my birth element is fire. I am a Leo, born in the year of the fire tiger. So that's a lot of fire going on there. Also, I was born uh, during the meteor shower in August, and I can't remember what it's called right now. Perseid? Perseid? I'm not sure. Um, so yeah, lots of fire going on when I was born. Um, yeah. um, my matron and patron deities. My mother is Hathor, and she is a goddess of the dawn, a goddess of the eastern horizon. And some people will say that she is the goddess of all all the lights in the sky. So the sun, the stars, and the moon, and all the lights, all the celestial lights. And She is also associated with the Western Gate, so she is associated with the dead. I work with her as Hathor Sekhmet, or Sekhmet Hathor, um, because they seem to me to be two sides of the same deity. Um, that's probably more of a modern interpretation, but it seems right to me. Um, and my patron, yeah, I'm going to call him my patron, um, is Nuala Arjatlam of the Irish Pantheon. And for those of you who have watched Hellboy 2: The Golden Army, Nuada is loosely um, based upon Nuala Arjatlam from Irish mythology, and I would encourage you to look into the actual myth of Nuala because it's beautiful. Just because if you thought Nuada was really interesting and cool, you'll like him. Um, Let me see. Then how many? Favorite crystal. I have a few, but I think my most favorite is malachite, which is associated with my matron, my mother. Um, it's very, very emotionally charged. It will bring out what your true feelings. So you have to be careful when you use it, but it's just really, really strong and intense, and I just love it. Also fluorite, which I associate with the fair folk, and amethyst, which is very closely associated with the fair folk. Um, I just love purples and greens. Let me see, what else do I have? Chrysocolla, which is also green, kind of a green blue sometimes. Um, I lost my place. Oh, rhodonite. Rhodonite because it's related to friendship and also to revealing your hidden talents, to learning new skills about yourself and what you're good at. And I just like playing with it. um, Let me see. Favorite tool. I would say either the cup or I have a goddess bowl, a, a glass bowl that I put offerings into, um, that I put crystals into, that um, I sit and meditate with. So I think those two. The cup, obviously, because I like the water element. Um, yeah. Favorite witchy craft. I do something that I'm going to call sacred poetry. I love writing, but I love dedicating poems, hymns, um, to the deities. It's kind of like the bards used to do. Um, yeah, writing. Um, let's see. How did I come to witchcraft? Mm, I suppose through goddess spirituality. Um, I grew up in a very Christian environment, and then I started looking into like the female saints and the feminine aspects of the Christian God, the Shekinah, and to a lesser extent Sophia. And then from there, I just kind of moved away from the God aspect and decided that I would focus primarily on the goddess. And so now I'm a goddess worshiper. um, yeah. Let's see. Favorite witchy movie? I don't know if I covered that. I think I did. I think I did. All right. Um, how I covered that too. Okay, so shout outs. Last shout outs. Willow Goblin Queen, I don't even know what to say about her. She's a lot of fun, and she covers a series on the fair folk, which I would encourage everyone to watch, and just watch her videos in general. She's just a lot of fun to watch, and I've learned quite a bit from her actually, um, from watching her videos. Let's see, who else? Mirth and Reverence. I just have a lot of respect for Annie. I think just she's so calm, and she presents herself so with such poise and grace. I just have a lot of respect for her. So check her out. Let's see who else. Sammy Spirit, who used to be Witch on the Rocks. She's just so much fun. She's got a lot of what seems to me, she's got a lot of energy. She's really passionate about what she does, and about crystals, all the shiny sparklies. um, I just love her videos. All right. Someone else that maybe you have or have not heard about, Freak Phil 1309. Um, he's doing a witchy school um, program that I'm taking part in, and he really seems to know his stuff. I have a lot of respect for him, um, as he just seems to know what he's doing, and he's a lot of fun. I like his attitude, so check him out. Um, Tiptoe Chick, everyone's favorite, um, and Egyptian. I've had dreams about her, and I've learned a lot from her through her videos, and even in my dreams, she's teaching me things. So I would definitely recommend you check her out. Um, and uh, Glammy Witch is really helping me a lot through through a study I'm doing with her on a book, and we're going through exercises together, and she's just so warm and understanding, and I love her personality, and she's just a lot of fun, and she does readings, card readings, tarot, and uh, oracle readings that are just phenomenal. So I recommend her if you want to get a reading. And I think that is all. Yes, I think I've covered all the questions. So I'll say goodbye now, and all stars shine on your paths.